There's this saying that goes, sex will either be your slave or it will be your master. And that's it. Now, I don't know if that's 100% true for some of us, but when we talk about sexaholism, what we're talking about is someone who is different than the majority of the population. The AA Big Book talks about addicts having an allergy, that there's something in the body, that reacts differently to alcohol, that makes someone that is an alcoholic not be able to handle alcohol. And so when we're talking about sex addiction or sexaholism, we're talking about the same thing, that some people just have something in the body. It's like their makeup or their genes, DNA or something to that effect, that creates a craving when they lust. And so for some of us, sex can become our master. And I should say that it's not necessarily that sex is the problem. Remember that it's lust that is the problem. And in some literature, lust is described as utilizing something in a way that it was never meant to be utilized for. For example, sex was never meant to be used to squeeze happiness out of. And that's what a lot of people utilize it for. They seek it because they believe that it's going to make their life joyful. But once sex is over, it's over. The pleasure of it, I would say, is gone. And so when it's gone, it leaves somebody feeling unfulfilled and they want more of it. So they seek it again. And then it can be that seeking can be conditioned into somebody. So whenever they're having sex, they're seeking for it to provide them the joy and happiness that they want. Sex will never do that for you. And so for these people, sex actually becomes their master. Some other literature will say that for the sexaholic, sex has been taken out of the context of what is right or wrong. It doesn't matter anymore. It's not even about being right or wrong because they've been enslaved. They really don't have a choice. And I think I've mentioned this in past videos that a true sexaholic eventually only has one option to be saved, and that would be a higher power. 12-step literature would say that in the first step that we have to understand that our lives have become unmanageable and we have become powerless over lust. And that comes usually at a high cost, but eventually it happens. Number two, step number 2 in the 12 steps would say that we need to believe in a higher power that can restore us to sanity. And then the third step would be we turn our lives and our will and our lives over to the care of a higher power as we know him. And that's our saving grace. So, it's sad when someone goes through something like sexaholism and they only have one option, at least to one degree. It's sad because they have to go through so much pain to actually experience such a broken heart and broken spirit to have no other options. That's sad. On the other hand, it's a wonderful experience because when you become so broken and you start listening to others who have gone through the process, your life starts to improve. And in my opinion, you can become one of the most peaceful persons in the world, one of the most happy persons in the world. And rather than being sad, it's actually super joyful. So a lot of people in recovery that actually connect with that higher power of their choosing just experience the greatest blessings, I would say, of anyone.